Hey YouTube, it's Ganku here, coming to you with another deck profile. Today we've got Gallant and his Qliphort monsters.
Alright, let's get right into it. Okay, we're going to start off with the main deck. We have Triple Scout, very good card. It's a Searcher, it's pretty much standard in the deck. Next we have Qliphort Helix, MST of the deck. It's very good. It pops stuff that you want to pop. Let's see, we have Triple Carrier. I've seen 2, but I run 3 monster count, and it's also the Monster Compulse. So, very good. Standard. Next up, Triple Disc. Pendulum Scale 1. Summons 2 from the deck. Very good. It's pretty much set up for OTKs and all that jazz. Next up, we have Qliphort Shell. Very good. It's a double attack piercer. Very strong. Very good for the OTKs as well. On top of pretty much control plays to your opponent. Next up, we have the Searcher and pretty much the other Pendulum monsters. We have Odd Eyes, which is pretty much a Searcher, and Trampolinix, pretty much sets up the plays for the extra deck cards. Very good. I only run 1 because I don't rely on the extra deck too much. Then our boss monster, Towers. 2 strong, very strong against lots of cards that are lower level, pretty much level 9 and lower. So
Such a pain.
Too good. Okay, next up we have 3 Sacrifice. Very good. It's pretty much cannot be destroyed by battle, 300 boost, counts as 2 tributes, and also it cannot, it searches for any Qli monster in the deck. So it's a Searcher as well.
4 positive effects in 1 card.
Seriously. They did not need that. But you know what? It happened. Then we have our little Searcher over here. We have Summer's Art. Searches out Scout.
Round off the search, that's number 9.
Number 9. No, that's number 11 right there.
Or that's 11 searchers.
It's 11 Searchers. Alright, next up we have Upstart Goblin. Depending on how you look at it, it could pretty much be another search card, shall we say.
Deck thin, too good.
Deck thin is way too good. And also, the 1000 boost from each of these is not too bad. I put way too much damage on board. And then the last of our spells, Mystical Space Typhoon. Back row hate, basically, when I need it. Otherwise, it's just there. I don't run 3 because, it's not too big of a problem for me. I have 3 Helix as well, so not a big problem. Next up, 3 Skill Drain. Very good. Dumbs down the deck to I have a bigger beat stick than you kind of thing. So, very good. Stops a lot of the meta. Next up are the one of staples. We have Solemn Warning, Bottomless Trap Hole, Compulsory Evacuation Device, and Torrential Tribute. Very good cards. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively, these are very good cards to have. So, that's all the one ofs. Next up are Qliphort Launch. It's a really good card. It basically is a Forbidden Chalice and Forbidden Lance in 1 card. Very strong. Or it's only for the normal Qli monsters, but very strong. It gets around a lot of things. Especially one of the biggest things is Naturia Beast. So it stops that. So pretty good. Next up we have my personal attack. The Transmigration Prophecy. It's a very good card. It lets me recycle my own cards when I need them. Like if they Solemn Warning my Towers, I can get it back, search for it again, pretty much send it back on field, wreak havoc again, or I can just shuffle all their stuff that they target in the grave. So very good card. I main deck it because of the fact that there's a lot of chance of Solemn Warning hitting my monsters, and I don't want that. Alright, that's it for the main deck. We got next is our extra deck. Starting it off, we have 3 Ragna Zeros. It's a really good play, set up with, especially with Trampolinix. Very good play. It pops monsters, draw cards, so very good. Next up, we have Rhapsody and Berserk. Good against the Light Sworn matchup, because it banishes their targets in their grave, so it's really good at taking out the targets that you know your opponent's going to have, and pretty much eliminates them so they don't have it. Board Wipe from Exciton Knight, whatever you call it. It's really strong. If I have the other stronger Qliphort monsters on the field that's been normal summon, it doesn't affect it, so I can just board wipe and have field presence afterwards. Next up, Dark Rebellion Dragon. Pretty much if they have a monster on board and they have pretty much 25 or less life, basically, you just minus them and then pretty much attack them. And pretty much they take all the damage. So it's really good if you're going up against, if you're pressing for time and want to do damage. Also, we have Cowboy. Does 800 damage. That's all I use him for. Just for the extra burn. Next up, Karen Gorgon. Pretty much target redirector. So if you want to destroy one of my things, I can redirect it. Very good card. Next up, we have Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. Bounce a card. Any problematic cards that I see on the field that can be targeted, I bounce them with this thing. Very good. Next up, Black Ship of Corn. Sends monsters to the grave rather than destroying them. Very good. It's good against the hands and several other things. But moving on, we have Heartland Draco. If you pretty much pressed on time or you go into time during tournament, you can just hit them for 2,000 and gain an advantage that way. Plus, with the pendulum scales, he's untargetable by attack, so another good way of using it. And this one is Genku's personal tech that I kind of adapted into mine. Evagishki Merogeist does work.
Yes, he does.
He bounces them to the deck versus destroying them, so it's good against the hats, the abyss, burning abyss,
and the
Shadows as well.
Yang Zings.
Yang Zings. Oh, so good. So good. And if I wanted to play bad Yu-Gi-Oh! And I have one Volcasaurus for those scouts that suddenly are on board when I don't have another scout on the field. So, Terra bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing. And then we have a good tech from Dynus. We have Shadow Shiknega, or whatever the hell you call that. Shakira. I run a Super Poly in my sideboard, as you can see right there.
Helps you get around the construct place or the opponent's Shikinaga.
Pretty much. Or if I want to get rid of their window or their own Shikinaga, like he said. Very good. Just that off chance that I do. Very good. And then I had filler in the extra deck, so I decided to throw in Shooting Quasar and TG Halberd Cannon. Other than that, they serve no purpose. No way of making them. Alright.
What a troll.
Next up, we have side deck. And basically, we have the Super Poly, as you saw earlier, for that one-off chance. Next up, we have Flying Sea for any of the Exceed plays, like Satella Knights. We have Burning Abyss. Occasionally, the Shadal matchup as well. But it's good against those decks because, they can't XYZ summon. Next up, we have Soul Drain. Really good card. I might be main decking this soon because the fact that it stops so many meta decks because everything pretty much works off the grave. So
stops Yang Zings, Shadows, and Burning Abyss.
Very good card. So might main board it soon. We'll see.
Might come off the ban list or at least to 2. I could see that happening.
I wish. That card is just too good. Too good. Next up, we have Medolce Knight for board-wide effect negation because nothing really hits the graveyard because they're all pendulums. So I usually have an empty graveyard, so I can negate effects anywhere basically. So that means everything I'm up against.
Honest hand traps, grave effects.
Pretty much everything out there. Next up, wiretaps. Trap negation.
Gotta stop that solemn and that bottomless.
Gotta stop everything that pretty much is problematic for me, and that's usually traps. So get that out of here. Okay. Next up, we have Dust Tornadoes, Mystical Space Typhoon. These are the pretty much back row hate that I need in case I'm running against heavy back row. And, these solve my problem for me. And then this right here are specific to people who like to hit my stuff and also, Shadalls when they use their Shadal Fusion or El Shadal Fusion.
Or the mirror match plays their scout.
Oh yeah, that too. It's really good. It makes them -1 additional card to get their plays off. So, go ahead, -1 yourself. It's okay with me. And then our last side deck card is Summon Limit. Really good card. It's pretty much the poor man's Vanity's Emptiness, but also it doesn't hurt you at all. And it hurts a lot of decks out there. Burning Abyss, it hurts pretty big. And rulings say that if they summon twice before that same turn and you activate it, they are not allowed to summon anymore. So, you know, have them use their tour guide, and then as soon as they get their other monster out, activate Summon Limit, and that's it. No more summons for the turn. And it doesn't hurt you at all as well, because Pendulum Summon counts as one summon, and then normal summons another. So there's your 2 limit right there. But that's it for the deck profile. Comment, like, and subscribe. You know, take it easy, YouTube world.
Alright, YouTube, this has been the Royal Knights, Ken, Q, and Gallant. We hope you enjoy the deck profile, and we'll see you on the morrow.